Coming up on AgweekTV, dry conditions around the region are affecting planting for some growers. A major food bank that serves the hungry throughout the region struggles with federal funding cuts.
Changes are coming for North Dakota's largest farm group.
And we'll meet the former Organic Valley intern who now leads the country's largest cooperative of organic farmers. Welcome to AgweekTV. I'm Emily Beal. North Dakota's biggest farm group is facing a big change at the top. In this week's AgWeek cover story, Jenny Schleck talks with Mark Watney as he prepares to take a step down as president.
For the first time in more than a decade, North Dakota Farmers Union will have a new president after their annual meeting in December.
It was just such a welcoming organization and with a lot of capacity to be able to express my views and to be part of something larger than myself.
Mark Watney has been involved in North Dakota Farmers Union since he was a teenager and has been president since 2013. Under his leadership, the North Dakota Farmers Union has grown into the country's biggest farmers union state organization.
You have to be growing, you have to be developing.
Some of that growth is thanks to the revenue generated by the group's insurance company, restaurants, and ag processing plants, with some of those innovative ideas coming under Watney's leadership.
They provide services to our farmer members, along with creating an atmosphere for us to have income streams to enable us to expand our youth program, our member education programs, our legislative work.
Shelley Zish, who farms and ranches with her husband near Pettibone in central North Dakota, is the first person to announce she is running for the post. She says Watney's will be big shoes to fill, but she has worked her way up from the local level and feels ready.
I want a leader who has been where I've been, whether it's working in the field, calving cows, sitting across from a banker, and stepping up in the community to fill a need.
If elected, Zish would be NDFU's first female president, but more candidates may come forward in the coming months. In Jamestown, North Dakota, this is Jenny Schlecht for AgWeek.
You can read more in the next AgWeek magazine and at agweek.com. Dry conditions during planting means there aren't many weather delays, but there can be more equipment breakdowns. Kenny Weber owns Innovative Ag in Bridgewater, South Dakota. He says that during a dry season, planter parts get more wear and tear. Dry conditions also mean the planter settings have to be different.
The challenges that we've been facing is just getting the planter set right. Downforce has been a big one that I've gotten a lot of questions on. You don't want to be too heavy on your planter row units, but at the same time, if you're not heavy enough, you're not packing the sidewall, and dry dirt is going to fall down into the trench before your seed drops, and then what guys have been seeing is some inaccurate placement of the seed.
Lack of rain also means there is more interest in adding irrigation to fields, something Innovative Ag also does.
We sell 360 Rain, which is an autonomous irrigation system that we Yield 360 came out with. Had a lot of interest in that, and it's just another way to help with the dry conditions.
Schultz says the demand is up 20 to 30% compared to this time last year. Up next on AgweekTV, a big regional food bank is struggling to make up for federal cuts to programs for feeding the hungry.
You got salty soils? We can help. Let's talk.
Rocks damage our equipment and break our backs, demanding time we don't have. Now there's a new way to pick rock. A service that takes care of it for you, so you can focus on more important tasks. All year round, spring, fall, winter, from small rocks to big rocks. TerraClear's end-to-end rock picking service has you covered. TerraClear Rock Picking Service. Learn more at TerraClear.com.
Integrity, excellence, teamwork. At Titan Machinery, we take care of our team. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make in excess of 6 figures. Service techs, come grow with a company that invests in you. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, affordable health insurance, and a generous tool allowance. Plus, we'll provide all of your uniform and safety gear. Apply today at titanmachinery.com/careers.
Farming is more than just a job. It's a way of life. It's your hard work, your investment, your future. At Superior Grain Equipment, we're here to protect it all. From durable grain storage to gentle drying and handling solutions. We build systems designed to last, and we stand by you with service and support every step of the way. Superior Grain Equipment, proven solutions to help you grow.
Spray Advantage is a full-line, full-service dealer with everything you need for fertilizer and chemical applications, like electronics from Microtrack and Raven, pumps by Banjo and John Blue, a full line of poly parts, tanks, and spray tips. We support the equipment we sell with factory-trained service technicians and a well-stocked parts department. It's our commitment to offer you quality products at competitive prices with the best financing options available. Spray Advantage, proudly serving North Dakota and Minnesota.
You got salty soils? We can help. Let's talk.
The Great Plains Food Bank has lost a significant amount of funding through federal cuts. I learned more about how these cuts will impact the region's food security.
So as far as federal cuts, we have been impacted at the food bank.
The Great Plains Food Bank helps hungry people in need throughout the state of North Dakota and Clay County, Minnesota. Darby Ness, Great Plains Food Bank Communications Manager, says the federal cuts have impacted a couple of their different food programs.
$300,000 worth of food was being cut from our summer delivery schedule. And so that was 7 deliveries we were expecting from May to July that we will no longer be receiving.
Besides losing $300,000 in funding through the Emergency Food Assistance Program, Great Plains Food Bank also lost a staggering amount of funding for a different program.
I had $1 million cut from our local food purchase agreement program, and so that's another USDA program that we were a part of, where we were expecting to get roughly $1 million to support local ranchers and farmers in our area to buy locally. While we have a diverse group of donors and supporters, food processors and food industry partners, so we feel stable in this, but it definitely leaves a gap of areas that we were expecting to come through that we've had to pivot and to find new ways to cover those losses.
Despite federal cuts, Great Plains Food Bank is still working hard to fight food insecurity and has been relying on individual donors and hosting more fundraising campaigns to ensure their shelves stay full.
I mean, last year alone, we served 151,000 people in North Dakota and Clay County, Minnesota. That's 1 in 5 adults, and that's 1 in 4 children have access to our programs. We've had people reach out asking if they can still rely on us as a food bank, and I'd like to say yes, our day-to-day operations have not changed. We are still committed to ending hunger in North Dakota and Clay County, Minnesota. We are working, all of our programs are still on track. It's just knowing that we will be finding funding and food purchasing in different ways.
Despite the cuts, the Great Plains Food Bank has plans for a new statewide distribution center and will break ground for the project in 2027. It's been a pretty mild spring across the Midwest, making for a fairly smooth lambing season. Ariana Schumacher takes us to 7C Merinos in Pierce, South Dakota to learn more.
It's been busy season at the Chambliss operation as hundreds of lambs are making their way into the world. Lambing season began on April 8th and is nearly done now.
There was some days that it was pretty busy. We've had some pretty high days, 10, 15 ewes in a day, and then there's only 1 or 2. But I'd say we're ahead of schedule.
Warmer weather has made for a smoother lambing season here in Pierce, South Dakota. However, disease has been an issue.
We've been seeing some signs of Campylobacter. We've been seeing some signs of chlamydia. It's a combination, more or less. We vaccinated 3 times this year, but we're still seeing some signs.
But they are still seeing plenty of healthy lambs on the farm.
We've had nice, healthy lambs for the most part that we've gotten out alive. And I would just say our normal lambing percentage is probably spot on, 165, 170%. So we're doing good.
It can be challenging to figure out exactly where disease is coming from.
It's been a struggle to pinpoint, and we're still working on it. But for the most part, we've had some really healthy lambs. So we've had really good milk production this year.
Warmer weather means Chambliss hasn't had to fight the frostbite.
I don't have any frostbitten ears this year, so that's really good. Generally you have a couple with frozen legs or joints or ears, so that's been tough.
There also hasn't been mud to deal with.
It's really tough to have fresh newborn lambs and have mud, especially when it's cold and wet. So we've been very fortunate that the rains have been timely and come when we needed them, but yet it's been dry enough that we can get most of our lambing done.
In Pierce, South Dakota, this is Ariana Schumacher for AgWeek.
Chambliss says they are ahead of schedule on lambing this year, but that could be linked to a mild breeding season at the end of November and beginning of December. Ahead on AgweekTV, we kick off a new feature called Homegrown. This week we meet a young farm family.
When your air seeder needs more than just a fix, trust the experts at Air Seeder Repair. We're North Dakota-based and travel across the heartland, bringing top-tier service right to your farm. Rebuilding air carts and drills to better than new, with the expertise and industry knowledge to get you back to full power in just days. We prolong your maintenance intervals by using high-quality extended wear parts and offer free on-site inspections to make sure your machinery stays in top shape. Air Seeder Repair. Fast, efficient, and better than new.
Power Rich Fertilizer is a leading provider of macro and micronutrient fertilizers customized for you. Our products, including granular and liquid foliars, are designed to enhance your crop's yield and disease resistance. We're here to help you get the most out of your crop with our incredible products. To learn more, call Steve Jerolimic at 701-799-2672. Discover the Power Rich difference. Contact us today.
We offer the full lineup of brand products. Big ones are going to be your conveyors, your land rollers, grain carts, high-speed discs. Those are going to be the very popular ones that we see out in the countryside and we like to have on hand here at all times.
Brand does a really good job of supporting the products and providing the parts on time and when you need them. For a full line of brand products, give us a call at 701-361-4790 or visit our website at northstar-ag.com.
At Vatterstad, we're partnering with North American farmers to create the perfect emergence. We're doing this with new and innovative tillage, planting, and seeding solutions, optimized for the field conditions that you face, and with industry-leading capacities to help you get the job done in short windows of time, so you can maximize yields. Vatterstad, we look forward to growing together.
Farmers, the future of your operation starts today. Thinking about expanding? Grow smarter and store bigger with Brock Solid Grain Bins from Gateway Building Systems. With decades of expertise, we build custom storage solutions that increase capacity, boost efficiency, and maximize profits. More storage means more control over your success. Get your Brock Solid Grain Bins now. Give us a call or go online to gatewaybuilding.com.
AgWeek Weather is sponsored by Bremer Bank. Connect with a banker today at bremer.com.
Will the weather cooperate this planting season? Here's Lydia with our AgriWeather Outlook.
May started off on a very toasty note with well above average temperatures. And as we move into about the middle of the month here, for at least the next handful of days, that is the case. Above average temperatures do continue. It's not until about the later parts of the month where I start seeing us cool down a little bit, more so just evening out, back closer to average for this time of year. Still mostly dry. As we get into the middle to late parts of the month is when we have a few more rain chances moving in. And of course, this time of year, some of that can come with severe weather. So we'll start listening for thunder, watching for lightning, could have some hail and gusty winds that come along with any of those cells that do pop up. In the meantime, while it is still fairly dry, drought conditions persist, and we've got low dew points, low relative humidities. Anytime it is windy, fire danger is going to be a very relevant topic. As for your latest drought monitor, has not been much change from week to week, not really for the better, not really for the worse. The entire state of South Dakota does remain under at least some level of drought. The worst, of course, being extreme, where you do notice the red patch just to the south of Rapid City in the far southwestern corner of the state. Western North Dakota does still have an extreme patch of drought as well. In the Red River Valley area, Grand Forks down through Fargo is where we have kind of that dry to moderate drought. And then the I-29 corridor from southern North Dakota all the way down towards Sioux Falls, mostly in that moderate drought where you notice that tan color. And I don't have much for precip chances as we head into about the following week. It's later into May where I start signaling for some more precip, which would be great. Because as we talked about last week here on AgWeek, drought makes drought. So if we can break that pattern, that is better signals and better chances for rain as we head into the thick of growing season. As for the jet stream, which of course is responsible for all of these air masses moving and driving our low pressures and high pressure systems, big ridge still continues here as we go into the next week or so, allowing all of that heat, the hottest temperatures of the season so far, within these next few days. Now, as we start transitioning into the following week, we do have cooler air starting to work its way down, especially as this trough in the jet stream starts to develop. You notice this big drop where those wind arrows are. That allows for some cooler air, evening out our temperatures. I don't see a big cool down. I don't see us going back toward the freezing point necessarily. We're just getting a little bit closer to average as we go to the middle to the late parts of the month of May. With that ridge of the jet stream slowly transitioning off to the east, so do the above average temperatures, this time bullseyeing over about the Great Lakes toward the Chicago area. We still have above average temperatures here in the northern Great Plains as we go throughout the next week or so. Then into the following week, that heat shifts even further to the east. The trough in the jet stream that I just showed you, that big dip, starts to bring below average temperatures out to the west, and we here in the northern plains are kind of caught in the middle, where we see more temperatures closer to about the 70 degree mark as we get into the middle to late parts of May with a few rain chances.
You got salty soils? We can help. Let's talk.
At Vanderstad, we're partnering with North American farmers to create the perfect emergence. We're doing this with new and innovative tillage, planting, and seeding solutions, optimized for the field conditions that you face, and with industry-leading capacities to help you get the job done in short windows of time, so you can maximize yields. Vanderstad, we look forward to growing together.
Spray Advantage is a full-line, full-service dealer with everything you need for fertilizer and chemical applications, like electronics from Microtrack and Raven, pumps by Banjo and John Blue, a full line of poly parts, tanks, and spray tips. We support the equipment we sell with factory-trained service technicians and a well-stocked parts department. It's our commitment to offer you quality products at competitive prices with the best financing options available. Spray Advantage, proudly serving North Dakota and Minnesota.
Integrity, excellence, teamwork. At Titan Machinery, we take care of our team. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make in excess of 6 figures. Service techs, come grow with a company that invests in you. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, affordable health insurance, and a generous tool allowance. Plus, we'll provide all of your uniform and safety gear. Apply today at titanmachinery.com/careers.
Rocks damage our equipment and break our backs, demanding time we don't have. Now there's a new way to pick rock. A service that takes care of it for you, so you can focus on more important tasks. All year round, spring, fall, winter, from small rocks to big rocks. TerraClear's end-to-end rock picking service has you covered. TerraClear Rock Picking Service. Learn more at TerraClear.com.
You got salty soils? We can help. Let's talk.
Homegrown is brought to you by South Dakota Soybean.
So, Matt, let's start with you. Tell us a little bit about your journey. You didn't go straight from growing up on a farm to working on this one. Tell us a little bit about what you did, going to school, and what happened after school.
Yeah, so I grew up in southern Minnesota. After I graduated high school, I went to SDSU in Brookings.
Got smart, to South Dakota.
Yep.
Excellent.
So that's how I got hooked up with these guys, and I helped them in college, worked for them in college.
So tell us about that a little bit. So we're close enough to Brookings where you were able to find...
Yep, we're 25 minutes south of Brookings. I was in a fraternity, and a lot of the fraternity guys came out here and helped them, so that's kind of how I got introduced and hooked up with them, and just kept coming out and loved it. My dad's just a small farm, so he didn't necessarily need to have me back on the weekends. So this was kind of my way to get my farm fix and not necessarily have to go home every weekend.
So Rebecca, tell us more about your journey from growing up Chamberlain, going to college, what you started getting interested in studying, and how that led you to being here as a professional, but yet not a professional on this farm.
Sure. So like I said earlier, I went to school at SDSU in Brookings. I was studying music education. So I have a degree in music education from SDSU. After college, I accepted a teaching position in Winter, South Dakota, where I taught pre-kindergarten through 12th grade there for a year. And then Matt and I got engaged, and so it was my decision to move to Pierre, and I was looking for an opportunity for work, and I didn't know what that looked like. So ironically, when I was a student at SDSU, I interned with the South Dakota legislature and just had built a lot of really great connections and maintained a lot of wonderful relationships. And so I was able to tap into those, and that ultimately led me to finding a job at Senator Round's office in Pierre. So I worked there for 3 years. And then when Matt got the opportunity to move back here, I had to step away from that job, which was a really hard decision for me because I loved the work I did. And I worked at SDSU in their admissions office for a year. So recruiting jackrabbits, which was second to none. And then about a year later, after working there, I got a phone call from one of my bosses at Senator Round's office asking if I'd come back in a full-time capacity to where we are living now. So I still work for Senator Rounds.
You guys are both involved in some capacity. Tell us why young people should consider this industry.
I mean, for starters, everybody's got to eat. Somebody's got to grow the food and produce the beef and everything. It's a hard life. It can be at times. It's very rewarding at times, but you gotta go out and look for it. It's not gonna find you if you're not looking.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I like that.
And we're really fortunate to have a family that took us in to be a part of their family, because like you said, farming is hard, and getting into farming or ranching at a young age is what some people call next to impossible right now with, the industry, but also the economic conditions that we're dealing with, just the capital that it takes to do it. And so finding ways to be creative, to stay involved was really important to us. And so we couldn't say thank you enough to the miners for basically making us a part of their family operation every day. And that's everything from farming to, in the wintertime, having meals together, to some, the farmer's wife that Matt works for, especially during the busy seasons. If one of us needs help, we're there to help the other out with kids or activities, running errands, whatever it is. So
Matt's going to keep farming, and you're going to make sure we have policy and advocacy in place so that he can keep farming.
Keep farming.
Exactly.
That's a pretty good tandem right there. I think that's pretty awesome. And that's important. Both of them, extremely important. So thank you guys for what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Up next on AgweekTV, we'll meet Organic Valley's new CEO.
Farmers, the future of your operation starts today. Thinking about expanding? Grow smarter and store bigger with Brock Solid grain bins from Gateway Building Systems. With decades of expertise, we build custom storage solutions that increase capacity, boost efficiency, and maximize profits. More storage means more control over your success. Get your Brock Solid grain bins now. Give us a call or go online to gatewaybuilding.com.
When your air seeder needs more than just a fix, trust the experts at Air Seeder Repair. We're North Dakota based and travel across the heartland, bringing top-tier service right to your farm. Rebuilding air carts and drills to better than new, with the expertise and industry knowledge to get you back to full power in just days. We prolong your maintenance intervals by using high-quality extended wear parts and offer free on-site inspections to make sure your machinery stays in top shape. Air Seeder Repair. Fast, efficient, and better than new.
We offer the full lineup of brand products. Big ones are going to be your conveyors, your land rollers, grain carts, high-speed discs. Those are going to be the very popular ones that we see out in the countryside and we like to have on hand here at all times.
Brand does a really good job of supporting the products and providing the parts on time and when you need them. For a full line of brand products, give us a call at 701-361-4790 or visit our website at northstar-ag.com.
Power Rich Fertilizer is a leading provider of macro and micronutrient fertilizers customized for you. Our products, including granular and liquid foliars, are designed to enhance your crop's yield and disease resistance. We're here to help you get the most out of your crop with our incredible products. To learn more, call Steve Jerolimic at 701-799-2672. Discover the Power Rich difference. Contact us today.
As your farm evolves, so do the challenges that come with it. At Superior Grain Equipment, our systems are built to make your job easier and help your grain reach its full potential. From gentle drying to durable storage, get the flexibility to market your grain on your time. Superior Grain Equipment, proven solutions to help you grow.
The path to being the new CEO of Organic Valley has been an organic one for Shauna Nelson. She started as an intern with the company 20 years ago and never left. Nelson grew up a few miles from the Organic Valley headquarters in Lafarge, Wisconsin. Her husband's family's farm can be seen from her office window. In 2005, while Nelson was a student at the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point, she landed a human resources internship with what is today the largest cooperative of organic farmers in the nation.
There's so much that's happening within this cooperative. There's so much good. There's so much to take in. And so each opportunity in its moment wasn't necessarily to have this path to CEO. But as I look back on it now, it's so when you think about strategy and you think about where are we going as a cooperative, it was wonderful building blocks to this point and to this role.
Organic Valley has about 800 employees. Stories you'll only see on AgWeek.com and in AgWeek magazine this week. Minnesota is seeking to replace retiring agricultural mental health counselor Ted Matthews, who has provided services for more than 45 years. And glyphosate-resistant ragweed appears to be a growing problem in Red River Valley sugar beet fields. We appreciate you watching AgWeek TV. Remember to check us out daily on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok to keep up on all your ag news. Have a wonderful week, everyone.